Welcome to the Mechanical Room. A Centrotherm production focusing on all things in and around the HVAC industry. And now, your hosts, Michael Sakaris and Matthew Price.
We're rolling? Fantastic. Mr. Jason Wynder, welcome to the Blue Room, the Mechanical Room, the Centrotherm facility. We are here for the ribbon cutting, and you've come all the way down from Calgary, from Alberta, to witness this whole shenanigans. What was that all? What was that like out there?
Honest, it's
We got, make sure you're getting some of this nonsense over here. Oh my God, this is gonna be a real something. Oh my God. Hold on, we're gonna whip this out. This is part of this whole thing here. You're in trouble.
not that kind of whipping it out.
Really something.
This is where it all happens in Centrotherm.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
So, on a more serious note, you came all the way down here for the Centrotherm ribbon cutting. You had to put up with Dan Smith for a great deal of time, so I thank you for that. And just what was your impressions of what was that like out there? I mean, I was up on the dais a little bit. Did Dan ruin the camera? It's just a tiny bit. So I was up there living as you were in there with me for a little bit. What was that like for you? Have you ever been to something like that before? I never have.
I've never been to it. Like, just being here it's an experience I won't forget.
Really?
Added to the next list of the Centrotherm.
Yeah.
Centrotherm's been my go-to this year. So.
I appreciate that. As I was chatting with Rylan about our first encounter, it was of course Dan is of course ruining your interview here. I mean, it enhances a little bit, just a little. Good. I guess he had those 8 whiskeys before he came to work today. So we met at the HVAC Tactical.
Finally.
And I got word from Mr. Ben Poole that the print versions are looking sharp. So your beautiful faces will be in the pages of the magazine pretty soon. So we'll make sure that you guys get some of that because you definitely want to see that. It has a nice recap of the awards. So what was that? Was that the first time you went to the awards?
Yeah, first awards show.
Second time for me. What was your impressions of all that? How'd you like the planetarium? You know, what else looked good?
It was a great venue. Just being with all those big HVAC accounts.
Like yourself.
I'm not that big.
You're getting there. Come on.
But being with just the industry, the people that are.
Throw out some names. Like who were you excited to meet? Who were you surprised were there? Like who was like a thrill? Like that kind of thing.
Well, meeting Ben. Fine.
So Ben Poole.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then meeting MC.
So Mike Cameron.
He's a
fellow Canuck.
He's a fellow Canadian. Yeah. Tyler. It's always great to meet Tyler.
Had you not met him before? Tyler is one.
I've met Tyler before.
Okay, yeah. So it's great to see
being
it.
with him again.
Tyler is one of the sweetest guys around. The Vega Press Master of the Year. You guys were right there.
Yeah.
Thank you for holding the camera when I did my first pressing.
My face was on your camera because I couldn't figure out how to turn it.
I will never forget that because it was just so hilarious.
Yeah.
But being coached through my first press, something that you're a master of course. You've done a few more than I have. I'm making little bottle caps, and you guys are doing like industrial gas stuff, and God only knows what. Bringing heat and hot water to
many
all of
people.
Alberta. So
Yeah.
So Tyler. What else? So it was your first foray into the tactical. Will you do it again next year?
If we can, yes.
If you can,
Yeah.
no doubt. It is a lot further.
Yes.
Chicago is probably a direct flight, although I imagine you can get direct flights to Orlando. Disney assures that you can get flights to
Probably.
Orlando from anywhere on the globe.
Yeah.
So the flight shouldn't be too much of a problem, but of course, time off,
Yeah.
the cost, et cetera, et cetera. Well, we'll hope you can make it because Centrotherm will sponsor it again. And we believe in that. Tactical is always fun. So that was like late January.
Yep.
And then it wasn't that long until I saw you again
In Miami.
when you put the championship belt on at the conclusion as the Squid Games 2024 Ultimate Warrior. What was that experience like?
That was unreal.
Yeah?
Just competing against Howard, that guy is an animal.
Yeah, Alex is amazing. So I actually had to ask him what the Howard was. So Alex Bischoff is his
Yeah,
name,
Alex.
and Howard is the county in Baltimore that he works in. And I learned that when he was actually on the previous podcast. I think you were on the next one, and then he was on the previous one. And I asked him, "What the hell does this Howard come from?" Because I mean, it's like a name. I was like, "Your name's not Howard," whatever. He's like, "Yeah, it's the county in Maryland that he lives in and services and whatnot." So yeah, and you two, in particular, you and him, both have experience with the Inaflu and the Air Excellent products. So it really was a good head-to-head matchup. What's going through your head at that moment? I mean, everybody's watching, the music's pumping.
Just hearing him, like, just that drill, you can't see him, so just hearing how fast he's moving, like, oh man, I gotta pick it up. I gotta pick it up.
Blood too.
Yeah, and he's cutting himself. Man, like.
It was intense, but you emerged victorious by, I don't know, what do you guys say, a couple centimeters in Canada? Something like that. We'll go metric for you guys.
Yeah, I don't even know how.
We don't talk metric. In the trades, we talk
We talk it.
So imperial then,
Yeah,
I
imperial,
suppose.
yeah.
But so I do seem to remember.
Like that's 8 inches.
Is that right? Sure it is,
For
Dan.
Dan,
Sure it
that's
is.
He told his wife.
Oh, we'll cut all this out, Jason, so don't worry about it. So obviously you won. That's its own thing, and you're here somewhat as a result of that, but also being a good friend to us, and we want you to be here. But what was Miami like as a whole? Like, I mean, first time in South Beach?
Yeah, first
Okay.
time. And like when we got there, we met Kevin O'Leary.
Oh, that's
We were
right.
eating pizza.
Yep.
He's right beside us. I was like, man, that guy he's a Shark Tank guy, and like I'm bad with names, so I couldn't remember his name. But then, yeah, sure enough, it was Kevin O'Leary.
I woke up to that photo just being like, damn, I went to bed too early.
Yeah. So that was
like the initial. That was the first night.
That was the first night.
You guys from the western part got a bonus night, as
Yeah.
we say, because it's too
We
far
flew
to
in,
get
yeah.
down. So you had an extra night there. Then beach
The
stuff.
beach was fun.
Fun.
Yeah.
Do you have a particular game that you like the most? We played a bunch of weird stuff.
Mine was Family Feud.
Family Feud.
Yeah.
Did you know Roger Wakefield before that?
I've just seen him on YouTube.
No, that's what I mean. Not that
Yeah.
you had met him, but you were
Oh,
aware.
yeah.
You were aware of him.
Yeah, I knew who he was. And
Excuse
just
me.
being in the same room with that guy.
So you do you watch his content like regularly? That's fantastic. I didn't know really who he was until I started sort of looking into HVAC and plumbing influencer type stuff, and he was just on. He just did a 2 spot where he was with Chris Cuomo and also Dr. Phil.
Yeah,
So
I saw that.
yeah,
That's
he's
crazy.
getting around. My
Yeah.
man flies that Southwest all over the
Yeah.
country.
And
making
he's got
sure-
the nice leg room.
Oh, that's
every
right.
time.
that's the Wakefield
Yeah,
seat, man. So
yeah.
so Family Feud was fun. All right, that's good because we're Jordan and I are up in the booth with Martine, sweating, doing all the tech, like worrying things aren't
Cheating
going
us off
exactly
some
right.
answers.
Yeah, oh yeah, yelling things down and stuff. I mean, there was a little bit. So one of the issues was it was a little hard to understand him. So we had to continue. Like what answer was that again? And they were like, no. But it was an interesting one because so Jordan was doing the actual mechanics
Yeah,
of the PowerPoint, and I was effectively the judge, more or less, because there's some stuff that was kind of vague. Let's say, if someone said wrench, but the answer was pipe wrench, or rather, the answer was wrench, but somebody said something like whatever. I was like, yeah, that counts for that one. So it was interesting. We were definitely up in that booth, sweating,
a lot.
hoping that it was going good. So I'm glad to hear that it was your favorite.
It was,
because I think, Jordan, do you agree? Most nerve-wracking one of them all.
It also didn't help that my HVAC vocabulary was not too versed. So.
Fair enough.
You're like,
fair
I don't know
enough.
what that is.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why we needed the judge, and also was Martine was there with us, but I think you were doing the sound effects. Oh, the guy was doing the music at the same time.
Yeah.
So we were pulling the music up and putting it down, and then there was sound effects, and then it was we could. There's a reason.
Well, it went great.
Well,
It
I
went
appreciate that. There's a reason why Family Feud at the end of the episode, when the credits roll, it's not just 2 guys. It's,
Yeah.
it's like it's a whole staff of people out there making sure that runs smoothly.
Smooth, yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you had a good time. That was obviously a big event for Centrotherm. Would you go to a third one?
Definitely. if I get invited again,
Well,
definitely.
I think the defending champ kind of gets grandfathered into that. I don't know. We're doing AHR next year.
Here.
The Sphere, yeah, that's right. Well, you know, I don't know if you saw that. Did you see
did
that?
see about-
Oh, that you thought it was real for a while. That's right.
I was like, wait a minute.
So I actually had to print a retraction in the internal newsletter here because people thought it was very real at the Central. I mean, we do some zany stuff, and people definitely thought that we were really going for that. A little bit of Googling, and you find out that that thing seats like 19,000 people. We have to up our event by something like 5,000% to fit that in there. I don't know if we quite have the budget for the Sphere. So, but yeah, I mean we're doing AHR next year, so anything that we're thinking about would be a subsequent year after that. And I'm not sure the wheels are turning. So we'll see. So first time in New York as well, right?
First time in New York.
How was that Rangers game last night?
It was unbelievable.
Yeah?
Crazy.
So Ryland said it was bucket list item. So he said he's a baseball guy, more so than hockey, right?
Yeah.
So are you baseball more than hockey too? Or
I'm more hockey.
You're more
but
hockey?
but not like a die-hard hockey.
Okay.
Like I'll support Edmonton. That's my
course.
team.
So when I decided to take everybody from Canada to a hockey game, was I just like playing into racial stereotypes?
Pretty much.
All right.
Hockey's life
You
up
won't
there.
find a Canadian that doesn't love it. So.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, and also I know that Madison Square Garden, and
That
I mean,
was just Madison Square Garden.
Not
not because it's hockey, but
that
the
I mean
iconic.
the world's most famous arena,
Yeah.
of course. You know, I was telling no, that's true. No maple syrup there. Although probably there's some waffles around. I'm guessing somewhere in there. I'm pretty lucky being from the city. I've seen a lot of concerts there or stuff like that. The Garden is an amazing place. But the Rangers, of course, are original six.
Yeah.
You know, they're no, I don't know what time. When did the Flames become a team? Like 1999 or something like that.
They're not a team anymore.
The Flames.
No.
Oh, true.
They trade all their people.
Oh, they barely count. They're not competitive at all.
Yeah.
So they they don't even register. They're all golfers now.
They're golfers.
They're
Yeah,
golfers.
so, but the Oilers made the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
So are they in different divisions? Could they potentially converge at a Stanley Cup final?
Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be exciting.
Yeah.
We'll have to do some kind of like social
Round
media
two.
tie-in, something
Round
like.
two.
Yeah, maybe. So how about you guys bring me to Edmonton for that one?
I'll be down.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. That definitely would be. I mean, I do hope the Rangers go further. I'm not a huge hockey fan, but I definitely root for really the original six teams with one notable exception. No
Boston.
No Boston. No Bruins.
Agreed.
No, thank you.
No Montreal.
Yeah, they can piss right off too, I suppose. Yeah, true. No Quebec, no Boston. Fair enough. Red Wings, okay. Blackhawks. I like the Blackhawks. I used to live in Chicago. I lived there when they were terrible, so I didn't feel so bad rooting for them because it was like they were horrendous. This is long before they had any success. I don't know if I said the Red Wings, but that's one of the coolest logos in all of sports.
It is.
Maple Leafs, whatever. Nobody likes them either.
Nobody likes them.
So, and I think that's all of the original six. That's the extent of my hockey knowledge. Although I will occasionally throw out a random name to you or something like that, and you're like, where did you pull that one from? Oh my. So what kind of dinner you want tonight? We gonna go out for Italian? You want to go for?
I'm up for anything.
Up for anything? You like sushi?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a little reticent.
Depends on the sushi.
What kind of sushi you like? Did you try any of it last night at the steakhouse? No.
I had too much meat there. You kidding me?
So that was a real interesting sort of like
Dine and dash.
feed right there. Yeah,
That
there was a lot
get
going on.
fed and
there.
get out.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I had to do it. Had to do it.
It was delicious food though. So.
Yes, indeed. So good dinner, good hockey challenge,
Good
run
night all.
around Times Square. Can't
Yeah.
beat that. And now, of course, you're in Albany, New York. No, it's fantastic that you're here. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for
I mean,
inviting
we
us.
couldn't do this ribbon cutting without the champion of the Squid Games. I mean,
Thank
well
you.
earned, well deserved, and I'm glad you come spend a few minutes in the blue room here as well.
It's nice to finally see where all the magic happens with you guys.
Indeed, I think we're going to end up.
So-
You're going to color grade these beautiful blue eyes out, though. What's going to happen with that?
I don't think his hat should like.
To
Mask
obscure
it a
them a
little
little bit.
It'll just be empty holes.
I'm losing myself in these ocean blue eyes over here, and I know that the pigmentation is going to play with these walls over here. I guess we're going to find out.
Yeah.
Jay, thanks so much for joining us
Thanks
here,
for
man.
having me.